EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game. We've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Brady's Patriots going up against Palmer's Cardinals. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here. The New England Patriots and the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, pick a play.
Carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And we roll now on the offensive starters. And everybody always loves to talk about Gronk.
And wouldn't a lot of teams love to redraft right now? This guy...
I didn't even notice I was in the car check.
Yeah, no matter what...
Now Brady throwing on second down. Amendola catching it left side. We'll call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up a third down. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. And now a peek at the starters on the defensive side. And Amendola with a catch. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. 20. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll go to Blount, try and pound it in. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1.
One thing I know, defensive coaches love it when they don't have to invite their players to the party. This strong safety, you never have to ask him twice to help in run support. He's going to arrive and in a bad mood.
So they're challenging the spot. If you're a coach, you hesitate to throw the flag anytime it's a spot discernment.
You certainly do, because you feel like that's not one you're likely to win, and you may need that challenge flag for later in the game.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Little motion now from the tight end. 3rd and goal. Can the offense... And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. LeGarrette Blount taking it in. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. with Johnson. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Let's look at this offense now, and let's talk about John Brown.
An exciting young talent from Pittsburgh State, home of the Gorillas. Hard to cover. Great moves in short areas.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down.
Get ready. Blue 95.
Play action. Now Palmer. And this is Michael Floyd, complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you're probably going to have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And a touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, 53 yards. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Back onto the field heads the Patriots offense, and always so much talk about who's under center and throwing the ball for the Patriots. What about their ground game this year?
It almost doesn't seem to matter who's out there, because it rotates almost weekly about who's going to be the featured guy or the lead guy. LeGarrette Blount 1 week. Can James White get into that mix? Brandon Bolden has had his moments. I know DJ Foster is a change-up guy who can play running back and slot receiver. And they might very well get Dion Lewis back before this season is over. He's on the IR, but he's eligible to return after week 7.
They go play action here on 1st down. Finding time. Now he's forced out right. Wide open receiver, complete. It's a pickup of 14 there, and it'll be 1st down, New England.
You don't have to win the 40-yard dash. You still have good mobility. How about him getting outside of the pocket, throwing on the run, and picking up a 1st down?
Fresh set of downs here. Now a toss play to Blunt. And an alley to run. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line.
I know back in the good old days, just about every team was constructed to power run to the right side. We just saw a pitch to the right side that worked pretty well.
It's easier going to the right than the left?
It just used to be very simply that the right side was always the power side. I think that's just one of those old things. I'm not sure it's still the same, but on that play, it certainly felt like we were back to the future.
Yeah, and it worked. Brady now on 1st down. Sets up the screen to Lewis. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Brady now on 1st down. It's caught outright, Amendola. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They'll get 16 yards there. And that's good for a New England 1st down. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. On the move to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. looking back to the air on second down. It's Brady. And this is caught. It's Edelman. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here's Brady. That's caught at the 3. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. You're able to get...
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. LeGarrette Blount with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Pats able to cash in for 6. He told us he was going to hit the end zone a couple times in this game. I just don't know that he envisioned doing it in the first quarter.
He probably did.
All that time.
I'm not sure we did, right? Because all the great ones, that's what they do. They dream about it, right? They think about it. They envision it. They think it's going to happen and almost will themselves into it. I just look at what he's done so far and just wonder what's left to come. Let's sit back and enjoy this one.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2. They take over 1st and 10 in excellent field position here. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Blount, the lone running back. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And they'll give it to him here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. Yeah. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. Great looking for Amendola, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Charles, switching gears for a moment, looking back at the past week, obviously the story that kind of stole the headlines was Bradford going to the Vikings with Bridgewater out. What did you think of that whole deal?
Well, the Vikings have a team they feel is built to contend for a Super Bowl right now. And they don't want that window to close. And with Teddy Bridgewater's injury, they wanted an experienced guy who's won games in the league to take over their team right here, right now. So they went out and made the deal. A lot of people would say that they gave up too much, but when you're contending and thinking you can win a Super Bowl, that price may not be too high. And for the Eagles, Carson Wentz was their future anyway. They just decided the future was now.
Well, he just threw an interception last drive, nearly another pick.
Things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's got the difference between driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? That's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy-bounce to it.
You spent some looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? In the red zone this time. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tony Jefferson in there to sack him for a loss of 6. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. Now Brady. And he will find his man. That's Hogan, complete.
And to me, partner, Chris Hogan in a lot of ways symbolizes New England and what they like to do, because you're never really sure where they're going to line him up and how they're going to utilize him, just as New England runs offense from week to week. He's got a great opportunity here, especially with Jimmy Garoppolo in the first month of the season.
Yeah, he says his role's still evolving. Last year in Buffalo, 36 catches, 450 yards, 2 touchdowns. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Partner, when it's a goal-to-go situation, if you're on the field on defense, you have to know that you may be called on to make a tackle at any time. Here, the cornerback does exactly that. Plays the run really well and makes a big play.
Brady to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And let's see 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on 3rd and goal. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Brady now on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete. Gronkowski the intended target. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Gronkowski now for the Pats field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Gronkowski's kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So 3 points is the outcome, but probably not what they're looking for given the drive that they were on.
Yeah, things were looking good. You had it 1st and goal, but then the offense sputters a bit, and they're forced to settle for a field goal.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I'm here, my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from the desert after this. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. They go to Johnson again. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Seven yards remain now on 3rd down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
18.
On 3rd down, Palmer. He hits Floyd on the right. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
They have a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. The Patriots offense now, they worked their way back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Corey Peters in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Rob Gronkowski, 40 yards. And the Patriots add on to their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. So let's try this again as they come to the line to go for 2. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Brady gives now to Blunt. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line. And the lead is going to stay right where it is. Gronkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense.
Partner, we all know that Bruce Arians loves big shots downfield, and having John Brown back after missing most of August with some injuries, he's got to be excited because that guy can fly.
Absolutely. They'd love to have another 1,000-yard season out of him like they had in 2015. On first down, it's Palmer. He's got time. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Second down, here's Palmer. He's going to slink. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time.
I know that throughout his career, Carson Palmer has caught a little bit of grief along the way about winning big games and being consistent. But I noticed that when he doesn't connect with Larry Fitzgerald until the second half, their team's behind.
Absolutely not a good recipe. We were wondering, we said at halftime, they've got to get on the same page.
He is very important to his team. I would say vital. Carson Palmer finding Larry Fitzgerald, that's the winning edge for them. As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. It's Palmer again. Screen play. Johnson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
The tight end, Jermaine Gresham, the intended receiver. And it'll be 4th down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. He usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Let's go.
4th down. Here's Palmer. And it is incomplete. So, Charles, recent news, the NFL announcing that the 2017 draft will be in Philadelphia. And ironically, Philadelphia, with a recent trade, will have a first-round pick from the Vikings. Interesting.
And that was the fear, because Philadelphia had been rumored as the city, but at that time, they didn't have a first-round pick. Well, they have one now. The trade of Sam Bradford to Minnesota. They get a first-round pick in 2017. Fly, Eagles, fly. When that pick comes up, look out. It's going to be a
LeGarrette Blount. And the cut
you won.
all the way in. Touchdown, New England.